so nothing like that. I got to do this thing. I'll go sign homework. I'll probably do it yesterday. Normally the homework is on Friday. Since this was coming in a little bit late, I'll probably just have to do before my kids will know. So you have the weekend to get it done. We'll run over the chart, so I've got homework to meet. So thank you very much. On 10:40, the homework is required. Yes, the homework. How homework works is I assign homework every week. It can be like this past week, the homework was a reflection assignment, and basically just reflecting over your strengths, weaknesses, all that good stuff. Sometimes we'll do homework covering macros, or once you go into your charts, find 3 examples of this, find 4 examples of that, things of that sort. And then there's a separate channel in Discord where everybody submits their homework before the deadline. And I grade it at the end of the week and check it, provide some feedback if it needs it. It's just one of the ways that, we work to improve. We're going to get off here soon. It's getting real ugly, real high resistance. Turning point trading, there really wasn't a turning point. It's just constant steady growth. A lot of people ask that. I talked about one of the blogs. I think it was the San Antonio, it was the Austin blog. Whatever number that is, I think the second one, the third one, I don't know. But if you go to my channel, the blogs, there was the Austin one. It's not Q&A, it's inside. People ask, like, what was your aha moment? I don't really believe in aha moments, at least when it comes to trading, because it's such a gradual thing. Because when you say, like, there was an aha moment, that means you understood something right away, something clicked for you right away, and you saw that instant results because of that. I don't really believe in that. I think it's just a gradual, show every day, improve 1% each day, and over time. Just over time, you just improve and start seeing results slowly. But it's never just like a quick, whoa, I get it now, I'm comfortable. No. It's not how it goes. Yeah, Austin was crazy. I wonder what they're doing now, Tim. I wonder what they're doing now. That was fun blog. That was fun. Good time. I need to get back to Austin. Austin was fun. Yeah, see, there's no, I'm standing down, that is a consistent trade. No. But, just my 2 cents. We're going to get off here, man. Price is really nasty. Quick recap of the morning session before we get off. Actually, just watch live stream. I don't know if I walk through all this again, but we're watching live stream. If you join in late, we outline all this live targets. Reasons as to why you're not demanding the sell side to get hit. Always at the body's long ways. That's always your partial. You'll be getting a really nice here. So if you join in late, watch the recording. This is, I think, one of my favorite live streams. A lot of fun, a lot of educational value. Hopefully, you learn something. If this was your very first stream, glad to have you here. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are 800 subscribers away from 20,000. Crazy. So I'm super grateful. Share this live stream with somebody who thinks we can benefit from it, learn from it, take something away from it. The journal entry that we did earlier in the session, I'll post it on Twitter. If anybody wants to download it, save it. I'll also share it in the Discord. Our next public live stream probably won't be until August. I may do one more at the end of the month, but I think the rest of the live stream is not going to be in Discord as we shut the live. So let go, man. It's been a lot of fun. And Discord members, I'll see you back here at 9:15 tomorrow morning. We will be trading paper. I think we will be paper Thursday and Friday. I'm done on my personal account. Monday and Tuesday, we make good money. So tomorrow and Friday, we'll be on paper. So at 9:15. Love you, man. Peace. Around him on his desk, then they didn't exist, and they were written by Democrats. Now they're just plain old boring. You don't want to see what's in there. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sorted, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, why they something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it. So there you hear it. Now, to some of you, the copium's going to set in. You're going to say, hey, he said the credible information, we can release it. We should release it. We'll talk about that. But they also say in the same interview, we already released the credible information. And the credible information's been given. So if it's already been given, they're not going to give you more stuff. Now, funny enough, the guy next to Trump looking on and laughing as Trump says this is a big nothing burger. The only people who would deal in this kind of talk are fake news. That is Epstein's neighbor. That is Howard Lutnick, who has a house that was next to Epstein's place. You can see him laughing here. It's even been reported that Howard Lutnick's place actually literally touches Jeffrey Epstein's house. That's how close their two houses are together. That's the same guy laughing at a statement by the president that Jeffrey Epstein is boring and there's no reason to look into him. And if you do, you're a bad person. Really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. I almost don't have words for this, to be calling it boring, to be talking about one of the world's largest predators of all time and trying to figure out who the powerful people are who are connected with this guy. especially when the former neighbor of said predator is standing there laughing as you say that everyone interested in this case is somehow fake news or a bad person. You can see this both in property records and in public press statements at the time about Epstein's Manhattan townhouse, saying that Howard Lutnick of Cantor Fitzgerald bought the adjacent smaller townhouse owned by Lex Wexner. That's one of Epstein's famous benefactors. And in fact, Epstein owned the house that later got sold to Howard Lutnick. You can see he owns the trust that owned this house. Later, of course, it goes to Comet Trust and then to Howard Lutnick. Supposedly, the property was sold for $10 in cash value and some other equivalent things. We don't know how much, just to be clear. So maybe it was a fair value price. And maybe they don't know each other. I want to be clear that Howard Lutnick denies knowing Jeffrey Epstein or being associated, so we have to get that in there. But the optics of this are just completely insane, and anyone who's paying attention should not expect any further disclosures from the FBI, DOJ, despite the fact that Trump is sort of about facing on this and saying, well, we can give over the legitimate files, but as we just showed, the legitimate files they're claiming they've already put out. Here's Donald Trump saying that the Epstein files, once again, are a hoax. But he also says that they can be released if credible.
And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
So that's the second time now he's pushed it off on his attorney general to now handle. But I just don't think this is meaningful because, like I said, they've already said they've given us the credible information already. I think basically they're going to kill it from here. That's my guess, especially since we did get a word from Pam Bondi about this when asked. She basically said we're just going to defer to the memo.
Would release credible files related to Mr. Epstein. Are you prepared to do that, and when would you do that?
Our memo speaks for itself, and we'll get back to you on anything else. I haven't seen all of his statements today.
So I think that shows pretty clearly that they're going to just continue barreling down this path while giving people a bone as far as making it seem like they might release something. This is a common smokescreen that we see. Where they will kind of bait people like maybe we'll release something, maybe, and then every 12 months or something they release something of complete non-importance. The problem is when people like this control the files, anything but a full release besides the CSAM and victims' names is not going to do it. You have to. The only way to do something like this is to release all of the files, except for those small categories. That's the only way to build that trust. But clearly, that's not what's going to happen. And anyone who's paying the slightest bit of attention to what our leaders are actually saying, they are absolutely telling you they're not going to do it. They're all deferring to each other. Trump's deferring to Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi's deferring to the memo. And ultimately, no one is going to be held accountable. Now, there have been some political games played with this, with the Democrats trying to get the Epstein files released. And this was actually blocked by people in Congress, which is just so mind-blowing to me that people would actually say no to releasing this, but they did it. Valley Bet Sportsbook and Casino. Try it now.
Saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. No. In the opinion, Chair, the noes have it. The amendment so.
Chair, I'm kind of shocked by that. I will ask for a roll call.
5 yeas, 7 nays.
The amendment is not agreed to. And I think most of us believe what's appropriate will be released when it is time for the president to release it.
Well,
Thank you.
So there you see it. We're just supposed to blindly trust that they're going to release it. Honestly, I have no faith in any of this. I think this is all political theater. Honestly, the people who are like, oh, look, it's just the Republicans. We could have released this a long time ago. To be honest, I don't trust any of these people until I see actual documents released. believe this is all theater. I don't actually believe they're going to get this done. I think they could have been doing this from the very beginning. And truth be told, we've seen our government protect Jeffrey Epstein for over a decade. This didn't start in 2019 when he died. This has been going on since the early 2000s, from his first plea deal where he got a non-prosecution agreement. I mean, we have been protecting this guy. Powerful people have been protecting him for years upon years upon years, and it crosses party lines. So while, yeah, I guess it's cool that we're like making little votes like this and we get to see like people actually put the words out there, like I'm not gonna force the release because they'll tell us when they feel like it, so we can see the despicableness firsthand. I don't actually believe that politicians are gonna be the one to open this case wide open. I think it's going to be either a leaker, a hacker, somebody who is just like willing to YOLO on this, that will actually meaningfully move this case forward. I haven't seen any evidence that there's political will, besides dunking on your political opponent, to actually do anything. Because that's all we've really seen so far is people hit each other with the old, like, you're involved with Epstein. And then you go, whoa, hey, you release the files? And they always say, well, we'd sure love to, but actually, no, we can't. Now, that might sound a little doomer. I won't blame you if you get excited about the possible release of the Epstein files, but I just feel like we've been down this road before with people promising to expose the deep state, expose the guys in power. In fact, ironically, that's the story of how we got here now, is the Trump administration was dunking on their political opponents for years, saying that, they're secretly involved with Epstein, until it was time to release the files. And then now, yeah, it was made by the Democrats. So that's where we're going to leave it. They're literally laughing at us. They're calling it boring. They're saying nothing to see here. While both people on the screen were somehow involved or linked to Jeffrey Epstein, it's beyond belief, honestly. And yeah, this is going to be the last time I talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
I wish there was an easier way to put your trading methods into practice without risking any real money. Try Webull Paper Trade. Real-time data, analytic studies, stocks, ETFs, and options, all in one place, and it's free. Webull Paper Trade, the perfect way to learn how to trade stocks. Tired of waiting hours for Solana transactions on other exchanges? Not with Kraken. Solana transactions take seconds, while other platforms leave you waiting. People everywhere are talking about the difference Kraken makes. Why wait?
So I just got dropped off by my local guide here on a remote, deserted island in the vastness of the Pacific Ocean. I'm out here for a handful of nights, surviving off the land and what's in the ocean, using the limited tools that I have at my disposal. I have no food, no water, any kind of shelter, or any kind of fire starter. There's plenty of resources available for me if I know where to look and how to use them. Though there are dangers in these waters, and I hear there's even creatures in this jungle. I think first things first is we find a spot to set up a shelter, and then secure a source of water, and go from there. So right away, this is super lucky because this seems like a stagnant pool of fresh water. Sometimes there's high tides that bring salt water up into the inland of these islands, but with that comes plastic waste. So you'll see plastic water bottles everywhere. Here you don't see that. So it means that high tide does not affect this area. So this could very well be fresh, clean, either of those, non-salt water. There could be parasites, so we definitely want to treat it, but this is an amazing find. Look at that. Wow. this is a piece of that ship right there. And there's a really interesting story on how it got here. But for now, I'm gonna keep exploring because this is really hot and I'm starting to get really thirsty. So we gotta keep moving. All right, I found a handful of green coconuts, enough to get me through the day. I'm gonna secure some of these, drink some of the delicious juice, and then get going, finding a spot to set up my shelter. Well, there you go. That took a lot out of me, man. Holy. Let's drink one of these things. First coconut of the trip. Whew. So I'm going to stash the coconuts there for now. I'm decently hydrated at the moment. Feeling all right. I'm going to continue around the island, trying to find the spot for my shelter. And then I'm going to show you my gear. One of the downsides of living in the 21st century is plastic waste. For whatever reason, plastic ends up in the ocean and washes up on beaches all over the world. It's everywhere. It's really unfortunate, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. These water bottles are going to come in handy for me on this trip for sure. Great containers for storing fluids. And often they come washed up with water in them. Yep, clean water. And the thing is, by these being out in the sun all day, all the UV will kill all the bacteria inside, if any. This could very well be home. This seems like a nice little spot. There's a bit of a breeze here, which is good. It'll help keep down the bug. So I'm going to call this home for now. I'm going to bring my stuff over here and show you what I got in my bags. This is everything in the big North Face bag. Got tripods. These are GoPro mounts, bags, different rains, cleaning cloths for the camera. This here's a drone, medical kit, including Advil, bandages, sunscreen, that type of stuff. These are all external power banks, solar panel, another tripod, camera equipment, more camera equipment, and an inReach. All right, in my other bag, I got a mask, fin, and flippers. This is a snorkeling set here, Hawaiian sling. I have fish hook and some line. I have a hammock. I casted a vote on YouTube and people wanted me to bring a hammock, so I brought one out. I'm happy about it. Keep me off the ground, get me a little bit more comfortable. It won't, however, protect me from the rain. So I'm gonna have to build a shelter, that's a must. But I will sleep a little bit more comfortably if it's not raining. I have a little pillow, which I accidentally bought, but I'm happy I did. Got this bed sheet, which is going to keep me nice and warm at night. I have my machete, a little knife, bit of paracord. Coffee is another luxury item. I always drink coffee, no calories in that, but that'll be nice to have every morning. Bit of clothing, sunglasses, headlamp, and I also have a little titanium pot and a light straw. Last two tools, which definitely are going to be very helpful: bow and arrows, and then a custom made spear gun. This thing is really cool. I can't wait to use it. It's really thrown together with bike tires, rubber bands, and a bit of metal. Really cool thing. I can't wait to use it. Not a ton of gear, but not nothing either. No food, no water, no shelter. Lot to do, including building a shelter, so I'm going to get going on that now. But first, I'm going to go get a drink of water using the light straw. Honestly, I don't quite trust this thing, but I don't have too much of an option right now. Once I get a fire going, I have an idea of what to do. But for now, this is all I got. Honestly, it's not that bad. So this and the coconuts I collected earlier are going to be my water situation for the day. I'm going to bring this back to camp, start building on that shelter. Tomorrow, hopefully, find a better solution. I'm thinking hammock here, and then the shelter somewhere here, with the fire ring up front. I want to stay as far out of here as possible because the breeze is going to help keep the bugs down. But I also want to be somewhat protected from the rains and the high winds. So there's always a compromise, and it seems to be good enough. First coconut coffee of the trip. Yeah, just as bad as I remember. Yeah. All right, check this out. This is where I'm getting the vines from the ground and not the trees. Here's one from the tree. Tied in a knot. Breaks. One's from the ground, tied in a knot. The vines on the ground are a lot more resilient and they make much better cordage than the vines on the trees. This is just a live vine that I cut. I'm gonna see if I can siphon the water from this into the clean thing. I'm not sure if this vine will work, but we're gonna give it a shot. And who knows, maybe this vine is like toxic, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna leave that for a good while and hopefully get some clean drinking water. Oh, it's delicious. Well, it's not finished and it's not perfect. It's not waterproof either, but it'll do the trick for a light rain. That's all I got for the day. I'm out of resources. I don't want to go back into the jungle to get any more rope. I'm going to get geared to go to bed. I'm wiped. Pretty decent day today. Got a lot done, but I'm absolutely exhausted, so I'm going to go to bed. Still a ton of work to do tomorrow, including finishing the shelter. I hope to get fire going. And then obviously I need to get into food because I haven't really eaten anything since this morning. And last but not least, water. I'm drinking that mud water and relying on that filter is just has me a little worried. I do have the coconuts, but there's not a ton of water in there. I need real water. So unless it rains, I got to do something with that mud water. And I have an idea, but first, fire is a priority. So I'll save that for tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to rest because I'm pooched. So see you guys then. Good night.
Replace your windshield with Speedy Glass today and you'll receive a free Karcher handheld vacuum cleaner valued at $80. You'll get a spotless interior inside and a clear view outside, like a brand new car, just in time for summer. Book today at speedyglass.ca. Coinbase, buy BTC, and salt. Get it today.
I swear I just heard something. Something kind of just wandered into camp. I'm going to be keeping an ear out for whatever that was. Inconveniently raining. Might absolutely dump, so I'm going to get out of my dry clothes into my wet ones because obviously I want to keep dry clothes dry. hang my hammock up here, and I'm going to collect the rainwater as it drips down. Good night. Morning, everyone. The rain let up for a bit last night, so I got back into my dry clothes and got back into the hammock and got like 2 hours of sleep. So it's not nothing. Let's see how this thing's doing. But first, a word from today's video sponsor, and that's Saley. So I've been doing an absolute ton of traveling recently, including this trip where I came halfway across the earth just to film this adventure. And there's a lot of logistics involved, so it's important that I stay connected to the internet. So I used to rack up a pretty massive phone bill due to the exorbitant fees that you get from roaming, or I'd have to go looking for public Wi-Fi, which was always spotty and sometimes even sketchy. And this is where Saley comes in. Saley makes it simple to set up a phone plan with data in over 150 countries, which is way cheaper than roaming. So I was recently in Asia and in South America, and here I am once again traveling internationally. And let me show you just how easy it is to set up an eSIM with Saley. After downloading the app to my phone, all I had to do was select the country, select the plan, and activate the eSIM. Then, when I landed, I connected to a local network with no hidden charges. Simple as that. No need to worry about shady public Wi-Fi or some of those scam SIM cards that you might find outside airports. All you do is download Saley once and you're always connected. And if you find out your phone isn't eSIM compatible, you'll get a full refund. So to try Saley, scan the QR code up here on screen or use the link down in the description and use my code for 15% off your first purchase. Thank you, Saley, for sponsoring this video. And guys, honestly, I couldn't emphasize how great this product is. I've been using it all the time and super stoked that they're the sponsor on today's video. Back to the video. Yeah, that is, I don't think that's the color of water that we want to be drinking. I know with these vines, you can actually filter water this way. It works with grapevine, not with whatever these vines are, so it could be dangerous. It's worth a shot, see how it works, but no. I think priority is obviously finishing off the shelter today. So I'm going to get going on that almost immediately. But first, I'm going to have a coconut coffee and some coconut jelly. Woo! She's done, baby! Check this out. I actually did a pretty good job. There's a few holes. I mean, it's not great back here. But honestly, look at that. You can't even see any light. That took a good little while, but we got it done. All right, this is my bamboo fire saw. I got a small board with a slit in it, and I'm gonna rub this on this blade here, back and forth. That's gonna create enough friction for me to start a fire. But first I need to put some tinder in here, pack it down, and hold it with a stick. There we go, getting smoke. Close. I had a number that I lost there. I think I'll get it on the next one. sea hibiscus. See the ember in there? Yeah, fire, woo! Oh, such a nice feeling. I can't tell you how nice it is to get the fire going. It finally feels like home. It's such a wonderful feeling to have that up and running. God, it's fun. That creature just wandered back into camp, so I'm gonna chill up for a little bit, see if it comes back around. If not, I'm gonna go to sleep. If nothing happens, I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, everyone. I'm getting low on water again, so I gotta start filtering it. But we got the fire going, so I got an idea. I'm gonna get going on that now. Alright, I'm sick of drinking this putrid water, even with the light straw. I'm gonna make a filter using the charcoal from the fire and some sand to hopefully get some of that dirt taste out. The filter is not gonna get rid of the parasites, it'll just get rid of the taste and maybe some of the bacteria. But the boiling is what's gonna make everything great. And hopefully by the end of it, it'll be good tasting water too, because right now, as you can imagine, it doesn't taste very great. I guess it's just leaching the charcoal right now, but oh, look at that, that's clean. If I make a better iteration on this thing, I can definitely make it so the charcoal doesn't leach through. Alright, tastes a little better. I got my canister here, so I'm just going to boil this and that to make it pure. You can also boil water in plastic, so I'm going to do that in this little guy here. Yeah, I mean, it's water. Probably won't spend too much time drinking boiled water out of plastic water bottles, to be honest. I have this canteen, but it is possible. And up to this point, I could have got through everything that I've done so far with just a machete. I mean, excluding the hammock that I'm sleeping in. And now this pot that I'm using. It's pretty cool how much you can do on one of these desert islands with just simple machete. But this morning, I really want to procure some fish, so I'm going to set a hand line and get going on that. I also might go set some traps. Alright, I got a hermit crab out of its shell onto the hook. Let's see what we can do. Looks like the water's pretty calm on this area right now. I think I'm going to come back with my gear and get in the water. This is the den of a coconut crab, I believe. So I cut open this here coconut. We'll leave it out here and come back in a little bit, see if I can catch a crab. This mound of sand is not natural. It's actually made by some chicken-like bird that piles up the sand and lays its eggs in it. It'd be awesome to eat one of those. I haven't seen one yet, but apparently they come around, and there should be eggs in there if they've laid them. But that's something I'm gonna check for on another day. I gotta keep on fishing, especially while the tides are like this. That's probably what I heard last night. I have my phone. So I heard rumors there might be wild pigs here. So that's a good sign. Or maybe not. We're gonna have to come back out looking for them. Because there might be some potential food. Wow. Look at the size of that lobster shell. Oh my god, that's a giant. I'm gonna go in the water because it's nice and calm, and hopefully I can get myself some lunch. Woohoo! Fish day! Woo! That's two, baby! Two's good enough for now. I'm a little bit shooken up. I was just swimming in there and a big wave came and smashed me as I was spearfishing right beside the wreck, and obviously there's a lot of sharp metal around, and I was kind of like pushed around for a good couple of seconds, and I didn't really know how far I got pushed or whatever, but it freaked me out. Really freaked me out. So I'm gonna head back to camp and cook up this fish and go on from there. Look at that, perfect little fillet board. Almond leaves. Pick a couple of these, we're gonna cook the fish in this. Look at this beautiful piece of blue and red coral I found washed up on the shore. I'm gonna add these to the collection. Lunch is served. Where do I start? Start on the little guy. Oh, so good. I actually already feel my body coming back to life a little bit. Some coconut. Some more coconut. So I don't know if this boat will have enough power to take out that big pig. But if there's smaller ones lurking about, it might be more ideal. I'll have it handy in case that happens. I've mostly been relaxing since lunch. The day kind of got away from me. Sun sets fairly soon. And then after that, I'm going to go look for those coconut crabs. I realize I know the name of that black bird that creates those huge mounds. That's like a chicken. It's called a manifold. So I'm going to go lay a trap for one of those right now. So I'm back at one of those manifold nests. I'm just going to set a trap just above the ground so it can eat it. It's just going to literally be a dangling line with a hook and bait just a few inches off the ground so it can grab it. Super simple. I'm just dangling this guy from a hook. Hopefully he sees it. I gotta get out of here. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. Oh, so beautiful. Honestly, I don't think birds fly at night like this. I think those are just really big bats. All right, I think it's dark enough to go check on those crabs. So I'm not just out here looking for a tasty meal in these coconut crabs. I'm also out here with revenge in mind. See, there was a very famous woman. Her name was Amelia Earhart. She was the first woman to cross the Atlantic in a plane. Very first. Once she accomplished that feat, she then tried to become the first woman to circumnavigate the Earth in her plane. But unfortunately, the plane crashed somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, and she was lost for many, many years. A couple years ago, a skeleton was found on an island somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, and it was rumored to have been the skeleton of Amelia Earhart. And it's actually rumored that she was eaten by coconut crabs. I think the story goes a little bit deeper than that. I'm pretty sure that the coconut crabs are responsible for her plane crash. I wouldn't be surprised if Amelia Earhart's plane was hijacked and then crashed by the coconut crabs. Anyways, I'm out here waiting for the coconut crabs to come out because I'm actually quite hungry again. I'm on top of one of those Manipole mountains, setting another trap. No coconut crab tonight, just coconut. Having that fish to fuel my belly was so wonderful. I'm gonna get into that again tomorrow. It's so necessary. I'm not concerned about water at this point. I got plenty of coconuts, a bit of rainwater left, and still all that swamp water. Main priority right now is just food. I hope to check the traps and look for coconut crabs again, but I'm also gonna go look for that pig. Saw it today and I know it's somewhere out there. So I'm gonna take the bow out and try my luck at getting some pork. Can't tell if that's rain or not, but it scares me. I think I'll just assume it's gonna rain tonight and move into the shelter. Get in the shelter. It's definitely raining out here. Not in here though. Keep that shelter out of itself. That's for sure. Good job, man. That was just wait out the night. Oh no. I'm finally chilled out just after 2 a.m. The shelter's nice and dry, cozy, warm. I'm tired.
Ladies, we just want one thing, and that's a natural body wash for our guys, of course. With scents like pine tar, wood barrel bourbon, coconut castaway, and fresh balls.
Are you thinking about starting your trading journey, but you're unsure where to begin? 3 years ago, I was in the exact same spot, but then I discovered Webull. I got started with Webull's paper trading simulator. It allows you to practice trading strategies without risking a dollar of your own money. Webull's advanced charts are an absolute game changer for me. They make analyzing stocks extremely straightforward no matter your experience level. With Webull Canada, you can trade both Canadian and United States stocks all from one platform. Ready to elevate your trading experience? Download the Webull Canada app and try it out for yourself.
I need you to tell me whether, but you're not allowed to vote in the comments until the very end. One thing about doing stuff like this is I never know exactly what color I'm going to get, but I was pretty happy with this coffee pot. Definitely next time I'm going to turn on the drill setting on the hand tool. You know, we had to throw a curve on it with the NASDAQ curve band. And I definitely think next time I do this, the stress will come out a lot cleaner. But let me know what you think. Does it have potential or is it just straight up trash?
Absolutely brutal night's rest once again. The rain has a way of coming in at the worst times, right in the middle of the night. I'm feeling fried from the accumulation of lack of sleep over the last 3 nights. So I'm just going to rest here this morning and get going on stuff a bit later. But stoked with how the shelter held up. Did an amazing job. Kept the rain out, kept the fire going, and I actually managed to catch a whole bunch of rainwater in these plastic water bottles I found on the beach. But for now, I gotta just like rest my eyes and lay in this hammock for the morning because I'm pooched. Check out this primitive spear gun. It's so cool. One of the locals made it for me. I actually watched them make it before I came out here. Put together with rubber tire, bits of metal. He hacked this point with a machete. Super cool. It's super basic. You got one rubber band for 1 power, second rubber band for 2 power. Let's go test this thing out. I'm stoked. All right, I'm gonna fish right off my beach here. I don't quite feel like going all the way to the other side of the island yet. And maybe there's good fishing here. I'm gonna take it nice and easy because I don't know how these currents are behaving right now. Woohoo! There we go, one. Woohoo! Nice. The dude bit me though. So the peak's been coming through here at night, but I didn't see it last night because of the rain. I'm gonna go set out and see if I can find it. Got my bow and yeah, see what we can do. Looking around the jungle for a good little while. No sign. So I'm gonna go back to camp and just chill for just a little bit. Right there. That baby. I'm not gonna shoot that mama. It's a lot of meat, but I'm just here for a couple days. I don't need that much food, and she has little piglets. It's not all that bad when you're not trying to sleep. The filter is quite a bit more leaky than it was yesterday. Going back to check on the crabs. Hopefully they're there. They're too cute. And they just come right up to you. Like, I can't shoot that thing. Well, the coconut seems to be eaten. Maybe it was the pigs. They are around. Or maybe it was the coconut crabs. Won't find out tonight, but I'll come back with a new strategy tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see them. Good morning, everybody. I had another terrible night's sleep last night. That's okay, because I'm in paradise. Nearly let the fire go out in the middle of the night. Spent probably an hour getting it going again with the little bit of ember that was left. Yeah, it's easier to keep it going than to restart it, let me tell you. Lots to do today. I think I'm going to hike back over to the shipwreck side, and I'll tell you guys the story of that wreck. We'll do a little bit of fishing while we're out there. All right, heading back across the island in order to go spearfishing at the shipwreck. There's a cool story behind this shipwreck. You see, during World War II, the Germans sent an elite group of Nazi soldiers in this small boat to come aid in the Japanese fleet. They brought with them these pigs that they genetically modified in order to produce higher yields of protein. But what happened halfway along their excursion is these pigs mutated and formed hyperintelligence. And what happened is these pigs ended up forming a mutiny led by the main pig, Sir Francis Bacon. And what happened was Sir Francis Bacon and the pig mutineers at this time formed a pirate brigade, which ended up commandeering and raiding U.S. and Japanese warships during this time. They were very successful, but a storm came along and it ended up having them crash land here in this harbor, in this bay, where unfortunately they ended up getting trapped and stuck. They were completely marooned. Some of the pigs died, others came ashore, and as a result, this island is inhabited by the direct descendants of Sir Francis Bacon, the original mutineer, mutant pig of World War II Nazi Germany. I've been getting a lot of sun, and I have not been eating very much, so I don't know the validity of that story, to be honest. But let's go spearfishing. So I can't get the second band on, unfortunately. So it's only at 1 power right now. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to go back to the hand spear. The broken band on the spear gun makes this thing have a lot less power, which means I have to be a lot closer, which means I might as well use this thing. So, going back out with the Hawaiian sling.
It's Pizza Hut's 2 for $20. 2 medium 2-topper pizzas for $20 at Pizza Hut.
Sunlight Trap attracts and traps flying insects 24/7. And Sunlight Trap is free of chemical insecticides. So no matter what the day picks up for you, you're never bugged. Sunlight Trap. Come to St. Pete Clearwater, where you can rise and shine. Discover arts and crafts and wrap up with dinner and a show. Book now at visitfbc.com.
Forbes just named Kraken the best crypto exchange, where buying and selling Solana is fast. While other platforms are leaving users waiting for hours, Kraken delivers Solana transactions in seconds. But don't just take our word for it. Buy and sell Solana the way it's meant to be, on Kraken.
Oh my god, those baby chickens are so cute! I want to take one home with me. Lunch. So Mama's been getting into my coconut bait. Having second thoughts about not shooting you with my bow. But the babies, they're so cute. Let's head back and eat that delicious steak I've been saving for the last 7 days. I'm joking, I wish. Oh. So when I was collecting firewood a little earlier, just before sunset, I saw a local fisherman and I flagged him over in his boat and we got chatting for a bit. He's from one of the islands around here. And he said that there's lobster in these waters. And so he's going to come back tomorrow and he's going to show me how to catch lobster, which is so exciting because not only could I eat some food, but it's lobster, baby. So I'm excited for that. That'll be a great way to finish off the last evening here. Morning, everyone. Had a little bit of rain last night, so I moved the fire into the shelter. But then shortly after, the rain stopped, so I came back out and continued my sleep. Looks like we got rain on the horizon, and I'll be all right because it's our last full day today, day 6. I had a pretty easy going morning this morning. Looked like some rain was going to come in, but the last minute it changed course. Got into the water, do a little bit of spearfishing, but didn't have too much luck. Got one little small guy, probably like 50 calories on that thing. Did another loop of the island, said hello to my piglet friends. Hoping they'd want to be my homies by now, but alas, they have better things to do. Now just hanging out, enjoying my afternoon, waiting for the local fishermen to come back. They said this would be here around 5 o'clock, which is in just over an hour. Hopefully we get into some lobster. That would be insane. Yeah, beautiful day here on my last full day on the island.
Beast is back.
Yeah, Adam. What have I done? I'm sorry. video to show me how to climb a coconut tree, how to do it the proper way. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god. It's so high up there. I wish I brought a little local kid to help get me coconuts because that is a lot of water. Whoa. Ah, thanks. Thank you. What a gentleman. These are the absolute best coconuts I've had all trip, and turns out it only takes a small child to climb 50 feet up a tree to retrieve them. That's it. So the mosquitoes were pretty bad, so they started a little fire. Anyways, we're just a few minutes away from heading out to go lobster hunting. It's almost time. I guess it's just following me. These kids are just showing me up. They're going to pick up on the boatload right now. The big ones too. But we're looking for a lobster. So we're gonna keep looking. Ooh. Alright. We're decent tonight. So good. Look at all the fish. So, oh my god, that was absolutely so much fun and definitely the highlight of my trip out here so far. Turns out all it takes is a couple of local kids and a boat, and then you can have infinite food. But they were quite insistent that I take back one of those big lobsters, and I just had to say no. It didn't feel right, to be honest. Plus, I got my little lobster, and at the end of the day, it's not the size of the lobster that counts. It's how you eat it. And I'm going to eat this thing up real good. Hello, sir, and for our final course, we have Pacific lobster served with coconut jelly strips on almond leaf. And may I suggest pairing that with coconut water? Oh, wow, that actually sounds pretty good. I've been starving for like 6 days now. Indeed, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Yum, bon appetit. Wow, there's like a whole bunch of meat here. It already tastes like it was in butter. I asked the fisherman about the shipwreck, and apparently there was either a fishing vessel or a tugboat for a larger fishing vessel. And about 11 or 12 years ago, there was a massive storm, and it tried to seek refuge in that little bay there, and it ran aground. And it sounds like everybody survived. I was kind of unclear on that part, but yeah, a little different from what I thought. So I don't know where I got that story from. But yeah. Anyways, I'm heading off to sleep, so I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Good night.
Good morning, everyone. Rained a little bit last night, so I came in here. But we're heading home. Woo!
Well, that's it for this one. I'm heading out in about 20 minutes. Pretty excited to get off this rock. That experience last night with the locals was so much fun, and it really goes to show how much a little bit of know-how can get you food in abundance around here, because there's lots of food if you know where to look and what to do. And sure enough, I'm a bit of a fish out of water here on this island. But my guide Harmon's coming to pick me up. Harmon, he works with the company Do Castaway. They're the whole reason that I was able to get out here. They're a company that finds these islands, sets up the logistics, and gets all the permits needed to come to these places. And so huge shout out to them for helping me make this experience a reality. But yeah, this one was one for the books. I'm excited to get out of here, though. Let me tell you, eat some real food, have a shower, and of course, get into a real bed that's not getting absolutely demolished by rain every night. Awesome experience overall. Pretty excited to get out of here, though. All right, it's here. Time to head out. We're at the boat driver's house, and I'm with my dad, Carmen. Carmen, tell me what you told me.
It's the first son.
Mm-hmm.
Just the first night you are in the island, and then he put his full name of your name.
So, Alexander Jordan Budnick. Our boat driver named his firstborn son Alexander Jordan Budnick, and then with his last name. It's so big. It's amazing. I'm honored.
Thank you so much.
So beautiful. Bye-bye, little Alexander Jordan. So cute.
Wish there was an easier way to put your trading methods into practice without risking any real money? Try Webull Paper Trade. Real-time data, analytic studies, stocks, ETFs, and options, all in one place, and it's free. Webull Paper Trade, the perfect way to learn how to trade stocks.
Hey, it's me.
Tricky. Dang. I think this is as far as I go. Currently a 5-hour drive north of Toronto, about 6 kilometers up this forestry road. I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere at this point. I can make it no further in my car, so I plan to continue on foot for a few more kilometers, and then I gotta hike off into the woods. I know there's a lake that might be suitable for my needs. And those needs are food. I brought absolutely no food with me on this trip, and over the next 3 days, I plan to use the limited items and tools that I brought in my bag, because it's mostly camera equipment, and I hope to sustain myself over the next 3 days. Anyways, let's just get right into it, because it's kind of late in the day and I'm already getting hungry. Raspberry. Yummy. 1 calorie. I know what I can do with this. I'll show you guys later. There's so many raspberries here. Just save these for later, but wow, there's a lot of raspberries here, and I'm going to keep that in mind. But for now, I kind of want to get out there. I want to get to the lake, find a nice place to camp. It's not my priority at this moment. I also need to get some firewood, boil up some water, because I don't have a water vessel. I just have a single pot. The thing about this lake, too, is I know nothing about it. I saw it on Google Earth and figured it looked kind of nice. Hopefully it provides some of the resources that I'm looking for. Otherwise, this might be a boring video. That might be a hungry dude. So that might be more interesting, actually. Take a fire starter. Not the best birch bark I've ever seen, but it's the only birch bark I've seen so far. So this right here is reindeer moss, and this is edible. You boil it up once or twice, it becomes a little bit spongy. Right now it's quite dry and brittle. Never tried it myself. I think it's one of those types of foods that's like a tummy filler. I don't know how much nutrients are in it. But oh yeah, that stuff will work that quick. Wow, this is perfect. This place is perfect. I can't believe it. Wow, it's so flat. It's perfect. Really can. This is an old one. It says, please don't litter. Right on it.
Please don't litter.
I don't know if you can get much better than this. I'm going to go scout the rest of this peninsula out. This is the spot I saw on Google Maps, and I was hoping it would be good. Welcome. I'm so excited. I can camp here. This is not an issue. Nice and flat. Pretty well protected. Could be quite buggy in here. Who knows? This is a great spot to set up the tarp. No widow makers. Yeah, so this is quite an ideal situation already. Yeah, so this all makes sense now. This is an old cabin that I'm in. This is the footprints of an old cabin. This is the only thing that remains of this whole structure. Yeah, but this was a large cabin at one point. Pretty cool. No wonder why it's such a great spot. Somebody else thought the same thing. It's usually the case. So for my gear, other than clothing, camera gear, and first aid, I have 110 yards of line, some hooks, and some leaders. Cooking pot. It's just a regular cooking pot, but I also have some oil and salt, which I may or may not end up using. For my tools, I have Grand Force Brooks Scandinavian force axe. I got a P4 Leatherman. I have a Silky Saw Gomboy with a broken tip, and I got an Uberleben fire starter. For my sleeping gear, Nemo switchback. I got a small tent footprint. I got this Sea to Summit mosquito pyramid net. I got this Met Talon +5 sleeping bag. This is the D&D Hammocks 3x3 tarp, and then I have a whole bunch of paracord in this net bag. I do have rain gear. I do have a few extra pieces of clothing, which I probably won't end up wearing. I have a lot of camera gear and my journal, headlamp, carbon GPS, and reach. So I think right now I'm going to do a little bit more exploring of this peninsula, kind of get to know this area. I'm going to get a fire going. I'm going to get some water on that fire so I can have some drinking water. And then I'm going to make a shelter and start foraging for mushrooms, berries, and maybe making some tackle to catch some fish. A lot of work ahead of us. So happy that this place is going to be a good spot to set up camp. I'm so pumped about that because it was such an unknown. So having a secure location to set up camp out of the way, I'm excited to start this journey. This is wintergreen. I've never tasted the berries before, but it's very clearly wintergreen. I've eaten the leaves. You can tell with the leaves because they kind of make a heart shape. The veins, they make a heart shape that come wrap around. I've never tried the berries, but they taste good. They taste like wintergreen gum. No, the leaves taste the same. Quite like those berries. They're really good. There's lots of frogs around here, which is great, because if what I'm planning to do with that can doesn't work out, I can use those as great bait. Sorry, Mr. Froggy's freezing thinking that, but I'm gonna clean up around my camp, get all these branches out of the way that can like grab me and get me in the eye. All these branches are dead. They're gonna make great firewood. Cleaning up the other branches of trees is actually good for preventing forest fires. just want to deal with all this bug stuff now because bugs have been pretty crazy this year, and I don't want to be rushing to get this all set up and get into bed. After this is all set up, I can do whatever I want, aka get water, get food. Right here. Sunset right here. Sunset over there. You right here. So originally I wanted to bring trap wire instead of these leaders, but I totally didn't think that I couldn't make fish hooks without trap wire to connect a piece of metal to the hooks. Because if I just use my fishing line on this is a jagged edge, it'll just rip, so it won't work. Okay. Might as well use some of this spruce. This is my first sip of water. A whole bunch of hours. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't find snail wire. Those leaders won't work for making fish hooks. I need malleable wire so I can attach those pins that are down to the hook. But hey, it wouldn't be a Xander Budnick video if I didn't forget something. So, another day. I'm gonna have to go to plan B. I'm still gonna try to make fish hooks, but I think that catching a frog and using it as bait is gonna be my best bet of catching the fish. And I know that some people out there are gonna have a problem with that. It's okay. Putting the spruce in here just like spruces it up a whole bunch. Yeah, that'd be okay. We're good. Didn't hurt anything. alone out here. I'm not close to any roads. I don't have cell service. I have my Garmin injury, so I can use that, but that's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't have too much sunlight left today, maybe about an hour and a half. I want to be able to catch fish in the morning. I mean, set myself up in a way that I have the greatest amount of success. Fortunately, I won't be able to make a lure out of the can as simply as I was hoping to because I don't have that trap wire. So I'm going to make my rod and get my hook and self ready for the morning. And I might have to use frogs and bait. The reason why I'm making this nice and smooth is so when I'm casting the line doesn't snag on anything. This is going to be my fishing reel, my fishing stump. Fishing reel, let's see this leader attached to a hook. So if anybody's wondering what the leader's for, it's for pike. Pike have sharp teeth, and if, say, there are pike in this lake, which I don't know if there are, and a pike bites us, if the hook was just attached straight to the line, there's a chance that they would just bite right through it. I can't. So a leader is used to prevent that. Great, so we have this ready for tomorrow. I'm going to go check on the water, see how that's doing. I know I feel a little bit bad in catching the frog, but I'm going to give them a quick death and let them be a part of the circle of life. You know, if anybody's curious, it is legal to use live frogs as bait. You're not allowed to like sell or buy frogs for live bait. You have to catch them yourself in the location in which you use them. Running water over there. I hope to go over there tomorrow. In the morning, and just all the days around the peninsula. Really good. I can see fish feeding from the surface. The problem with catching a fish right now is I have to cook it before I go to sleep. Judging from my last few camping trips, the bugs have been really bad this year. As soon as the sun drops, it starts to get dark, they get pretty vicious. Jackpot. Really good. I don't want to eat too many tonight because I'm high in sugar. I don't want to be bouncing off the walls, you know. This will be my breakfast. So I believe this stuff is called sweet burn. So if you rub it on your body, it makes a good insecticide, bug deterrent for black flies and all types of flies, but it doesn't work for mosquitoes, unfortunately. In any case, it smells really, really nice. I love it. Almost like cedar and peppermint together. Mosquitoes are up, but they're not terrible yet. So, fingers crossed that they're not super bad this week. Oh yeah, here they are. Here they come. And then from the wrong end. So the bug net is a must. Yeah, good day. I mean, I'm surprised like how not hungry I am right now. Yeah, I'm super happy that I set up the bug net like before I did anything else. I'm just gonna journal for a bit, read my book, and mosey on off to sleep. I'll see y'all in the morning then.
Like, all through up. I didn't sleep too well last night. I feel like I was tossing and turning the whole night. Currently 6:30, it's at 6:30, 5:50 time. So, got to get the frog. See this? There was so many frogs in here yesterday afternoon. Maybe it's too cold for them? Huh? Got one. I dispatched the frog that I intend to use, so he is no longer suffering. I'm gonna see if I can attach the can to the breeder. Much better. Great. That's it. The lure's too light. It's really hard to cast it out there. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's a big bass. Holy crap. Yes! Woo! Yeah, baby! Woo! That's it! Dinner! Breakfast! I was, with the frog. Oh! That's what I'm talking about. Well, we got breakfast. Go fry this thing up. Alright. So I guess my plan is to clean the fish. I'm going to fillet it, and I'm going to cook those fillets right now, eat those, and then use the rest of the fish. I'm going to make fish head soup, and hopefully I can find some mushrooms and cattails to add to that for dinner tonight. That would be mwah. I'm going to drink as much of this water as I can because I'm going to need this pot. Fish head soup. Fish head soup. Let's do this. fillets. Kind of, I don't know what happened to this one. I'm sorry, though. And a whole bunch of extra fish for fish head soup. All in a day's work. I find a great way to get rid of all that fishy smell is to get, dirt. Like work it into your hand. Yeah, pretty much gone. Very faint, if not just completely gone. And like they smell a little bit like dirt now, but much better than the fish. Put a little bit of that vegetable oil in. And so, pretty good. And look how appetizing this was. Doesn't that look so good? Yum. Alright, let's cook these fillets. Oh, shoot. I need to make a utensil. Ooh, sweet energy. Got food. Pretty satisfying, actually. And it's not just a small fish. It was a pretty big bass. Decent sized bass. I'm so happy I got to catch that. I want to thank the frog. I want to thank the bass for both their contributions to filling my belly. I want to thank myself for contributing to the circle of life. I want to thank my mom and dad for giving birth to me. I want to thank God for creating such a beautiful human. Those days I just feel so good to be alive. I know. Last bite, first bone. Put it on there. Get some dirt out of there. So. It's that time in the morning where your digestion is letting your body know that you need to take crap. Right here in the woods, no toilet paper, no thunderbox. So I'll give you guys a couple tips on how to take poop in the woods without anything. So one of the better places to take a dump in the woods is around a whole bunch of moss, because you got your toilet paper right where your toilet is. So what you do is take some moss out, dig a hole, use a stick. You can also use your heel if you want. At least 6 inches down. Nice little hole. Perfect. So once you've dug your hole, you can just assume the squat position. It's a very good position for helping you do your work. Drop some moss, clean things up. If the moss is wet, it's actually quite nice. It acts as a moist towelette. Just be careful of there being little hidden pine cones in the moss, because if you're wiping with that moss, you get a little bit awkward. Anyways, once you're all done, bury the moss with the dirt, cover everything up. Hope you guys enjoyed those poop tips. If you did, leave a like, maybe subscribe for more poop tips in the future. Alright, so the plan is like around the shoreline, get a little bay over there, and if I can forward to the thing on the way. They have little seeds in them, so I eat them, but some people spit them out. I was hoping to find cattails over here. There's some. We'll go explore the little stream. I'm gonna keep going. This area is way more moist than everywhere else. It's in a little valley, and it's rained last night, so it holds that moisture a lot longer. It's like it was stashed here almost. So obviously a ton of birch bark. It should be way more than I need for the rest of this trip. It's a little damp, so I'm just gonna take it back to the campsite and put it in the sun when I get there. I'm gonna press forward. So this looks like crown-tip coral, an edible fungus, but it's not growing on wood, and it's hard to tell if the tips are crowned. Crown-tip coral mushrooms should be growing on wood. That doesn't mean that it isn't growing on wood underneath here, but it appears to be growing straight on the ground. So we'll leave it alone and press forward.
I mean, if anything, it's been just a beautiful hike.
Oh yeah. Wow. I can say if there's no cattails here, I'm not going to find them on this trip. Still hoping I find some mushrooms I recognize though. All still, we got tons of berries and still some fish head soup. Jackpot. So I think I found some chanterelles. Yeah. There you go. Found 2 chanterelles. Which is awesome. I can tell these are chanterelles because I plucked them many times with somebody who knows about chanterelles. Shout out to Kai. They have false gills. The false gills are also decurrent, which means they start halfway up the stem. The color of them. The smell. It smells fruity. They smell like apricots. I really like these chanterelles. So I'm gonna keep going. Look for some more. A few more days and these things would be all right. This is what it's all about. I'm gonna head back to camp now. I'm gonna see if I can collect some more mushrooms on the way, but I doubt it. I think my best bet at collecting them was that little stream. It just seemed like an area where mushrooms would grow, so. So after I started the last fire before I went to my walk, I put my ferro rod somewhere. I think I put it in my pocket. And if I put it in my pocket before my walk, then the ferro rod has also gone to a walk because I did not find it anymore. I had it in a deep pocket, and it's no longer there. So if that's the case, it's somewhere on my hike. Hopefully it's somewhere around here. In any case, I can't find it, and I've been looking for the last 25 minutes. I know this happens all the time, but man, this is how these things happen. It's like not thinking. Start the fire, and you're just like, go with that, and then you put Unfortunately, it happened to me, but fortunately, it happened. You know, because it's lesson learned. Fishy. Yeah, I'm pretty thoroughly unimpressed with myself. Pretty disappointed, to be honest. You see so many people lose their ferro rods on the show alone or on YouTube, and you think to yourself, that'll never happen to me. And then it happens to you. And you go, oh, I get it. It's really easy to lose your ferro rod.
Dust is always in the air, and cleaning it, is the worst. So get a slipper duster. It captures dust in one swipe without lifting a finger. Strap it off 3 times more dust. Oh yeah, you'll love Slipper for your money back.
Celebrate your game. Celebrate your snacks. We get it.
Finding your dream home is just the beginning.
What do you think?
So when it comes to negotiating the offer,
Great. We have a deal.
your realtor ensures it's all smooth sailing.
Oh, your braking's gotten much smoother.
Oh, that's the cruise control. It assists with stopping when traffic stops, and it accelerates when it moves again.
Welcome to the future of assisted driving in the new Kia Sportage.
Oh, bummer. I feel like a butthead, you know? Oh, great. A lot of salt. I'm not big on mushrooms, but chanterelles are pretty good. Here you go. Wash it down with some fish head soup. Here's the plan. I'm really thirsty right now, so I'm just going to drink a lot of that fish head soup. I'm going to put more water in it. Boil it up again. My brother's like, you should spray paint that thing too. Spray paint it orange so it's visible. I'm like, yeah, sure, man. And sure enough, here I am. My plan was to keep it in a spot permanently, like keep it in my bag. You're supposed to keep it in my pockets, but after you light the fire, you just put it in your pocket, and then you're dealing with the fire, and you just forget about it. It needs to be part of the fire making process. Like you start it, you put the ferro rod somewhere, and then you continue making the fire. Yeah, it's complicated because once you get the fire lit, you're just like into the fire making. It's so easy to just put the ferro rod down or put it in your pocket and forget about it. So I'm going to try to make a bow drill. I've only ever made it with cedar, and there's no cedar in this area, and I never got fire started. I got a number, but I never got a fire started. I'm going to try to get one going tonight. If it works, then make fire tomorrow morning. If it doesn't, then I'm playing. Found some pieces of driftwood that I might be able to help me turn into a bow drill. So we'll see. That should be alright. We'll see. I don't know if this is completely bone dry. I mean, it's beech wood, so we're going to give it a go. I don't think this board will work. It's not perfectly dry. I think it's good anyway. We're getting smoke. That's good. Now we got a little bit of a hole established. Just a little heat. This tinder bundle is way better than the last time I've used one. It's too punchy. sun. This wood is no good for this. Too much moisture in it. No, this is not gonna work. I didn't get it this time, but definitely getting closer. I know this tinder bundle will work wonders once I get a number. Last time I found the correct wood, but I didn't find the right tinder. This time I have the right tinder, but I don't have the right wood. Soon. You know that feeling when you're really dehydrated and you just want like a cool glass of water, but all you have is warm fish head soup? Gotta love it. Bon appetit. That goes in the fire. All I drink today is fish head soup, so I'm looking forward to some good old-fashioned lake water. I really, really like this place. I'll be back. Okay. So many berries, too. Let's be back on the spruce. So as the sun sets, my fire is going out for its final time. No luck finding my trail run today, no luck with the bow drill. Valuable lesson, as always. Just gonna journal and head to bed. I'm actually pretty peeved. But I'm relatively full, so I'm happy. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. So I'm up and at 'em and so are the bugs, but unfortunately the fire is not. So that's kind of okay because there's some valuable lessons in that. Those are high visibility paracord on my ferro rod, a secure location for my ferro rod that's not on my body so I don't lose it on height. 3, get better at the bow drill, just in case. So it's kind of a good thing that that happened out here on this trip as opposed to on one that was more serious or potentially deadly. bit more serious situation. I just want to thank the land for what it's provided me, the fish, the fruits, the fungus. It's so amazing to be able to come out here and forage fish for sustenance. What an amazing thing to be able to do. I'm super grateful for that and this experience. I know a lot of people are unable to get out there and have these types of experiences for themselves. So super grateful that I'm able to. And I wish that other people are able to have these experiences as well. I want to give a huge shout out to Kylan and Dave Marone. Kylan and Dave own Lure of the North. 2 weeks ago, I did an outdoor survival course with Kylan, where we spent 8 days foraging, fishing with basic tools and gear for sustenance. He was a season 7 contestant on the show alone, and he was absolutely one of my favorites to watch from that season. Everything I did on this trip, I basically learned from Kylan, so a huge shout out to her. She has such a wealth of knowledge, and I'm so grateful to be able to have that experience with her and learn from such an amazing outdoors woman. So huge shout out to Kylan, Dave, Resin, and Lure of the North. Thank you guys so much for that experience. And without that, I wish I had this one. So that's it for me. I'm going to head on out now. Hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Febreze, when you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze bathroom. No batteries, no outlets needed. This air freshener fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing. Pair with Charlotte toilet paper. Behind every Olympic organic yogurt is a happy grass-fed cow. Olympic organic, where a little care makes a lot of good.
I don't want to go that way, but the road is nice. I want to go this way, but the road is an ATV trail now. They'll barely fit my car, but I think I'm still going to do it because it's the direction I want to go.
I'm going to go for it.
Definitely was a little bit scared to come up this road with my front wheel drive Buick Rendezvous, but hey, we're doing it. We're here, making it happen. Pretty late in the day, I brought absolutely no food. Blackberry. I brought absolutely zero food and just a few items. Hopefully, I can catch some food over the next 2.5 days, 2 nights. This isn't the smartest thing I've ever done, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay. Alright, it looks like I can turn around here. And the lake I want to get up to is maybe 200 or 300 meters up that way. So I think this is as far as I'm going to go. Yes. This is silly. This is silly. This is silly. But it's adventure. Yeah, pretty far into the backcountry at this moment. I found this nice lake and the piece of crown land. And the access, as you can tell, is quite tricky. Parked my car back up there because it was getting rough. And I know the lake is just up ahead here that I want to get to. Never been to this lake before in my life. Only seen it on Google Earth. My hope is that with the limited gear that I have in my backpack, that over the next 2.5 days, 2 nights, that I can forage and fish for some food. Because I brought absolutely no food with me. It's nice up in here. I only brought limited gear with me, so anything I find is fair game. This is just like a round 2. I don't know what I can use it for, but it's like for now. Oh, it's pretty good. So it's pretty exposed to the wind, and it's supposed to get pretty cool tonight, but it's fairly flat. I'm gonna look around a little more.
might be the spot. I think I'm going to set up camp here. This seems to be pretty flat. But first, let me tell you what I brought. I brought an axe, saw, multi-tool, barrel rod. I brought some fishing gear, which includes about 500 yards of 8-pound line, 1 liter fish hooks, and some wire. I brought a pot with a little bit of cooking supplies, including oil, salt, and a little bit of instant coffee, which I may or may not use. For sleeping equipment, I have 3 sleeping bag, bug net, which I probably won't use, 10 footprint, 3x3 meter tarp, sleeping pad, paracord. The rest of the stuff that's in my bag is mostly clothing and camera equipment, and first aid, emergency fire starter, toothbrush. So that's basically it. No food other than the oil, salt, and a little bit of instant coffee. I just realized that this is predominantly a pine forest, so the type of mushrooms that I'm seeking, which are chanterelles, those grow mostly in hardwood forests. I think it's oak or maple forests, and this doesn't seem to be one of those places. So we'll see. Probably not going to be searching for those tonight. That's probably a tomorrow thing. I'm going to get my shelter set up and the fire going, cut some firewood, and get some water going. Because I'm already pretty parched. So for today, and then maybe get some fishing gear and stuff ready for tomorrow. I feel like I'm getting pretty lucky with always finding birch bark. It's all awesome anyway. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Yeah. This will be nice. It's a really, really soft ground with all these pine needles and grass. So this will make for a very, very nice sleeping spot. Plus, there's a tree right there and a tree directly behind me, so it'll be easy to hang a line in between the two. And put my tarp up in between. Honestly, I'm just clearing out all this brush because I like to have a clean, open camp. All these branches, these lower branches are dead. So they'll make great firewood. going to turn it into my fishing reel because instead of carving up a stick to make it nice and smooth, this piece of plastic is already perfectly smooth. But I have a feeling this thing will work great and it'll catch me many fish. And I've seen quite a few frogs. Maybe I can catch some tomorrow and use those as live bait. This lake seems like it'll be a good lake to catch some bass. Like that.
Oh my gosh. If this phone's in this moment.
Freaking lovely being out here. Nothing quite like being on a lake all to yourself, having a fire, you know. Some food would be good right now. I definitely starting to feel that hunger. Let's go for some food. Hopefully tomorrow brings good fortune.
I'll be back in a second. Oh,
It's sweeter than the sweetest with the new Axe Fine Fragrance Collection. It's 3:34 p.m. Do you know where your boost is? It's here, and it's frosted.
Benadryl. Allergies? With Benadryl, we say brain it.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bat. You want me to take Luna over?
What if dogs actually liked what's good for them? A pedigree pouch made with real meat or poultry, as healthy as it is tasty.
So good. Oh, it's good. Alright, let's go get frog. Beaver over there. Sassy little guy. Everybody, I'm just here for one more night. however, have some painted slippery caps. These are boleti mushrooms. There's 3 of them here. This one's got some sludge feeding on it. This one does too. This one looks pretty good. And the way you can tell they're boletis, this one's had some sludge in it too, is this spongy pores. And then when you break the boleti in half, or you rip it, the sides of the pores look like a whale's teeth. Just like that. So this is an edible boleti mushroom. I'll take this back with me. When you're harvesting mushrooms, obviously do your own research, and also only take 40% of the fruiting bodies. That way there's still like enough mushrooms to reproduce. Hey, blackberries. You can stop it. They're so tasty. Yeah, there's lots of blackberries here. Give me that little bit of sugar I need to catch on to the frog. Yeah, great. More of those actually. So I caught something. I didn't bring the camera because I was hoping to. I just didn't want to be distracted with the camera because I didn't have any luck earlier this morning. I actually caught a frog, helped my hand because there's all debris, and then it jumps out. And then I almost caught another frog, but when I pulled my hand up, I pulled out something different. A big tadpole. Get that in. But because you guys missed me catching the tadpole, I'll do a reenactment for you. Oh, that's not a frog. Huh, maybe I could use that. All right. Whoa, wait away. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. What? What? Immediately. 3 of them just swarmed it. Oh my god. Yeah, baby. That was a surprise. Holy. First cast. That's unbelievable. No. Way. There, 3 of them. Shoot. Right in. Oh, okay. Not bad. I can't believe it. I can't believe this dude out. By bleeding it out, you just get rid of a lot of the fishy taste. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the gills. Alright, I'm just going to gut it for now. And I'm going to use the guts. There's bait to try to catch another. These are all the guts. Great. And I'm just going to take all that. Because of this fish, I'm going to use its guts here and see if I can catch another. There we go. Alright, let's see if they go for this. I can't believe that last. Like, boys, want some fish guts? We're nibbling at it.